Hi there. So today I'm going to be showing you how to put an ad out on Instagram. So the first thing that you need to do is log into your Facebook account. Once you've logged in, go on the left-hand side and click the Adverts Manager. I'm just going to click on that. I don't put out any ads using Adverts Manager. I actually use Power Editor because there's a lot more use within Power Editor and you can edit a lot of things much easier. So I'm in my Adverts Manager. I'm just going to click on these three little lines at the top and I'm just going to go to Power Editor. Now when logging into Power Editor, you need to make sure that you're using the Chrome web browser. Otherwise, you're going to get into a few problems and yeah, you don't want to be irritated by all of that. So the next thing that I will go through is your ad actually consists of three levels, which is your campaign, your advert set, and your advert. So I'm just going to click Create Campaign and I'm just going to name it something that is related to my ad that I'm going to put out on Instagram. So I always leave the buying type as auction, so I just let Facebook kind of do its thing. I don't really tamper with that. Your objective, that is something that you need to choose. Are you promoting brand awareness? Do you want page likes? Do you want video views? You can actually, put a link to a video to YouTube if that's what you want to promote from your Instagram. But something that works really well for signups is website conversions or link clicks, but I'm going to go with website conversions. Now you do need to choose your ad set and your ad. Otherwise you will not be able to advertise on Instagram. So I'm just going to name it the exact same thing as my campaign so that I know that everything is interlinked. I do need to warn you that if you don't have a Facebook page and an Instagram account that's linked, then you won't be able to put an ad out on Instagram. So I will put a link in the description that will go through these steps if you haven't linked up your Instagram account to your Facebook page. I'm just going to click Create after doing these three steps. With Facebook, they own Instagram. So the compliances are pretty much the same. There's a few little things that are different, which I will go through, but just make sure that things are compliant because Facebook has taken over Instagram, and that's why you can actually put an ad out just using Facebook Power Editor. And this ad that I'm showing you for Instagram, it's practically really similar on how to put an ad out on Facebook to your Facebook page. All right, so your next step is over here. You can see there's a little tick on the campaigns box. I'm just going to go and click the advert set and wait for that to load. So this is my second step of my ad on Instagram. The same. Your conversion event, that is just your pixels that you're going to put in. So I've already set up pixels. So over here, Sandy Insta Lead, I'm just going to click that. So that's just going to let me know when I get a lead. With your budget, what I would recommend for beginner on Instagram is have a daily budget at $5. $5 a day. I'm going to leave everything as is and let Instagram do it. You can actually put out the exact time that you want your ad to show on whatever days you want it to show, but I usually just leave it at $5 a day in the beginning. See how my ad goes for the first 2-3 days. If it's not working, go back in and change up a few things to test what the problem is. And if your ad is working, I would recommend that you start putting your budget up by $5 to $10 a day and slowly doing that. If your ad is working really well, I would even duplicate your ad. When you start putting a lot of dollars onto your ad, like if I just throw $500 on, it tends to not work as well. So that's another tip. I'd have something that would be working so well and I'd be getting great conversions. But the moment that I really put that budget up really fast, it tends to not work. So increase it by $5 to $10 every day or duplicate the ad, which you can do in Power Editor. So that's all done. The next thing I'm going to go to is my audience on whom I want to advertise to. If you've already created an audience, you can actually look it up over here. But I'm just going to create a new one so that we can go through some targeting. So the locations, I'm going to put my top 6 countries. Australia, I'll put in New Zealand, Canada, I'll put in the United Kingdom, as well as the United States. Singapore is actually a pretty good country, pretty rich country. So you kind of got to think about, whom you want to target and where. So Australia, New Zealand, Canada, United Kingdom, United States, and Singapore. And as you can see here, it gives me my potential reach of people. So the next thing that I'm going to go to is the age. I usually target people from the age of 23 to 55. And you'll actually be surprised that I get quite a lot of people from the ages 45 to 55 that sign up when I did a test on the age groups. So this is something that's just really all-rounded, but you can actually go in here and just choose Singapore and people from the ages 25 to 35 to kind of test the waters and see what works. I always leave my gender as all. Language would be English, all. All the things that I promote is in English, so I do not want to promote it to like India or those type of countries that won't really understand what I'm promoting. All right, so your detailed targeting. This is where you can put behavior, interests, small business owners. I'm going to look for the behavior because you can actually choose it as a behavior. So I'm going to put small business owners. I'm going to put an interest in entrepreneurship because my ad has to do with an online entrepreneur. I'm going to put in Tony Robbins. Now, you can actually just put one and test just to see what works, but I'm just going to put an all-rounder again. Robert Kiyosaki is also pretty good. Okay, Robert Kiyosaki. So I'm just going to pretty much leave it to that, and you can actually choose the interests like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, so you know that they have actually read his book. You can actually put Facebook pages on here if you want to advertise to people on Facebook. So you can actually, for example, a page that Robert Kiyosaki has, and you can use that to promote to people who like his page. But with Instagram, you can't really promote that because they don't have an Instagram page like that. So if you know of an Instagram page, you can try put that in. But for now, I'd recommend just using interests and behaviors. So the next thing, your connection type, I'm just going to leave it as is. You can actually save this audience if you want to reuse it for a different ad or anything like that, or maybe test it with Facebook. Now, something that's really important is your placements. It's always put on automatic, and I highly recommend not to do that because it will just start advertising to plenty different platforms and you can't really see where it's coming from. So I'm just going to click over here, edit placements, and device types. You can actually choose if you want only mobile or desktop. I'm going to leave both of them for Instagram because people go on Instagram on their laptops as well as their phones. I'm going to untick Facebook and I'm going to untick an audience network, and I'm just going to leave in the Instagram because I purely want to just advertise to Instagram users. You don't want to mix up your Facebook with Instagram because you will not know where your leads are coming from. And as you can see, every time you click all these little different things, your potential reach goes down. So now I've got this amount of people, whereas before I had a lot more. So over here with your optimization and delivery, I'm optimizing for conversions. Your conversion window, I usually just put that to 1 day after clicking. And I'm going to leave everything else, my bid, my impressions, everything just on automatic because I trust Facebook more than myself with all of that. So now that this step has been finished, I'm going to go to my adverts. I'm going to click on that box. And over here, I've got my name that's in there. And this is where I'm going to choose my Facebook page. Like I said, if you don't have a Facebook page and an Instagram account, you won't be able to put an ad out. So I know that my Instagram has been linked to my Lifestyle by My Own Design page. So I'm going to click that and automatically my Instagram account comes up here, Lifestyle by My Own Design. So that step is done. I'm going to choose what sort of ad I'm going to put out. You can either choose a video or a picture ad. A picture ad can only have 20% writing on if you really want to get it out. And if you want to promote a video, it can only be a minute long. And you need to make sure that your compliances are correct because Facebook and Instagram are interlinked. And we have had a few problems with advertising on Facebook if you don't use your correct wording. So over here, I'm just going to create an ad. I'm just going to click advert with an image or video. I'm going to go for an image. So if you want an image, you click that. A video or a slideshow would be here, and you actually can put in your URL, which will go to a video. But for now, I'm going to stick with an image because it seems to be working a lot better than a video ad. So I'm just going to select an image. I've actually already done an image over here, but what I'll do so long is show you how to create a quick picture ad, and this literally can take seconds. So what I'm going to use is custom dimensions because you have to have a certain dimension when advertising an Instagram picture. So I'm just going to click on use a custom dimension. I always use 1080 by 1080 and I click design because that always works with my picture ads. Just going to wait for that to load. I'm using Canva. It is one of the best image tools or editing tools that I use in my everyday for putting pictures up on Instagram. Really easy to use and really cheap if you want to buy photos. So over here, you could actually search anything that you want. I'm all about the laptop lifestyle, so I'm just going to put laptop on the beach and search. And over here, you can see that all these images pop up. There's some free ones, and there are some that cost you $1. I actually uploaded an image, or I used one already, but I can just show you how this all works. I'll take that image, which is pretty awesome. I'm just going to drag this along just to make sure that it fits. From here, I'm going to choose a banner. And banners tend to work well and pretty eye-catching. So there are quite a few free ones, but you can use paid ones. I'm just going to use this one here, which is free. And you can actually change the color of this banner. So I might just choose maybe a red, just so that it stands out a bit more. Red tends to work well with people really looking at your adverts, I've noticed. So I can change the sizing of my letters. So I'm just going to go with 36, and I'm going to make sure that, all right. So I'm just going to use everything in big caps. Become an online entrepreneur. And I can actually make this a little bit bigger. I might put my wording a little bit smaller, maybe 36. Don't know why it's done this. There we go. Become an online entrepreneur, and you can actually just move and drag. You can change the wording. You can actually change, you can make it bold, you can underline it, you can choose what kind of font you want. So you don't necessarily always have to go with the font that's given to you. So I'm just going to do that. It's pretty much all over the place, but you can kind of get the gist of what you need to do. Like, there we go. That's a bit big, but I'll just leave it like that. Another thing that you can use is an arrow. Is pretty cool. Something that I've learned from someone online is to just put in an arrow, because you will have a little button underneath your picture that will say sign up or learn more. So the arrow does help you. Half of this is always free, and I always just move it, make that a little bit smaller. Put my arrow there. I would probably move this somewhere else. I'd probably put that at the top and move my picture lower. So I would definitely just do something like that. It's not professional looking at all, but This is just to show you more or less. I did one yesterday and it came out really well. So yeah, really just put your arrow at the bottom, have your writing over here. Usually use white, it's pretty better than the black. Once you're done, you're just going to click download and you make sure that it's in PNG. That's what's recommended and that's what works really well, really easy. And you're just going to click download and that's going to download it for you. And it's just as easy as that. This is one that I did yesterday. Here it is. So pretty simple here, become an online entrepreneur with a little arrow that my ad will be out. I've got some pretty cool tools that you can have a look at just to make sure that you don't have over 20% writing or text on your ad. So I'm just going to go back to my Power Editor over here and I'm going to click on my image that I want to upload. Usually you can just drag this onto there or upload your image. Pretty easy. Once it's in, I'm just going to confirm that that's the image that I want to use. And you'll actually see there will be a preview coming up. So this is how your Instagram ad is going to look like. You're going to put in a external link that is going to take your, whenever someone clicks onto your ad, this is the page that they're going to go to. So I've already got my my page. So I'm just going to paste that in there and wait for it to load. I don't know why it's not working. Alright. It's a bit slow, so it's pasted it twice. So just do that again. There we go. And then I'm also going to make sure that it is working. And I can kind of show you where I'm going to get my customers to and what page to. So this is the page that I'm going to send them to. It's just a free 7-day video series that really teaches them a lot about the internet and small things like that. And this is our business. So it's just going to go straight to this page. I want to make sure that my picture on the page is congruent with my advertisement so it doesn't look spammy or look like they're going to something different than what they want to sign up to. So I'm going to go back to my Power Editor. So my link is there. This canvas I always leave out. Your display URL doesn't really do anything. It's optional. So it just says here, if you're using a long website address, use the display URL to show a shorter, friendlier URL. So we don't need that because my URL is fine. If yours is like really long and it's just everywhere, you can just put a display URL so that when they do click on your button at the top, it doesn't have all this funny writing. It just says one thing. So you could put something like lifestyle by my own design entrepreneur, something like that. So my text, this is what is going to show at the bottom of your ad so people can actually read what you're trying to advertise to them. It's very limited with 20% text. So I would definitely recommend writing something about what you want people to get from your ad, or what are they signing up to. So I would just say over here, sign up for, I'll just make sure that I use proper spelling. Sign up for your free guide to succeeding online. Sign up for your free guide to succeeding online. And then I'll just put take that first step towards becoming an online entrepreneur. And hopefully my spelling's right because I'm pretty bad at that. Yep, thought so. There we go. We all human, aren't we? Alright, so sign up for your free guide to succeeding online. Take that first step towards becoming an online entrepreneur. And that's pretty much what I'm going to say. Not too much because it just seems to be pretty much perfect here. I do recommend that you put hashtags in. That is something that does help your ad. So I'm going to put hashtag small business. I'm going to put in hashtag entrepreneur. I'm going to put in hashtag online world. You can put pretty much whatever's relatable. I'd recommend putting in a lot of hashtags so that when people do look these hashtags up, your ad kind of pops up. Take that first step, change your life. Small things like that. What else? Laptop lifestyle and lifestyle by my own design. Own design. Awesome. So I'm just going to leave these hashtags here. I'm not going to put too many. I must let you know that this ad over here, this will not just go to your Instagram account. This is like a ghost ad, so you won't be able to see it once it is activated. You'll only see how your ad is doing if someone likes the picture or comments on it, things like that. Then it will show up in your notifications on Instagram, but you will not be able to, view this ad from your Instagram. If you do want to put this on your Instagram account, you can take that picture, write something up, and then just say, click the link in my description to gain access to a 7-day video series that's going to help you become an online entrepreneur or something like that. The button that I'm going to use is, I'm going to use sign up. Now, usually the sign up button is on the other side, so I would actually have my arrow this side, which clinks to sign up. It usually is on that side, so that has changed. So whenever you're doing your ad, make sure that you put this big arrow over here or on top of the sign up or the learn more. This button, you can choose whatever you want. It could see if you have something to sell like clothes, you can put shop now. You can put no button at all. You can put apply now. I know that learn more and sign up works really well, and watch more for videos. So you could put in a 1-minute video ad and you can direct them to a link that goes to maybe your 3-minute video ad. So this is pretty useful if you're selling something like an ebook, they can download it, things like that. So that's really useful. I usually stick with sign up because they're signing up to something. With your tracking, this is optional. With your view tags, I leave that out. This is also optional, your URL. I'm just going to leave that out. My pixels are on here, so it will be tracked. So I'm pretty much set up with my Instagram ad, and this is how it looks like. Lifestyle by my own design. It's a sponsored ad, so it will be showing up like that. And this is how it looks like, and it's just going to direct them to a page where they can put their email address in. I've set all these steps up. I'm just going to click review changes, and I'm just going to wait for that to load. So over here it shows that everything has been done. I'm just going to click continue and wait for them to apply all the changes that I've done, and hopefully once that's set, yeah, it should be all good. Over here, your campaigns, your adverts set, that's all done. I'm just going to click done. Awesome. So once you've clicked create and you're all done with that, you can see that my ad has just popped up over here and it says Instagram marketing and it's pending reviews. So that just means that Facebook is just having a look at my ad and making sure that it's compliant, and then they will activate it. If there is something wrong with my ad, they will not approve the ad, so it won't be active, and they'll let you know what the problem is, why they're not going to promote your ad. So this can take up to 24 hours, but they're usually pretty fast. I usually get approved within 30 minutes and my ad just starts running. What I got to explain was knowing how much text you have on your picture. So I usually go to this link to check exactly how much text I have on this picture to make sure that my picture will be not last place as to being shown. So I will put a link in the description to help you distinguish how much text you have on it. So it's all done through Facebook. So I'm just going to upload the picture. So I'm just going to go into my downloads and it's over here. I'm going to choose that picture, wait for it to upload. If you actually promote a picture with no text, that will be shown first in place. If you have a little bit of text or underneath 20, it will be shown second, And if you have a lot of writing on your picture, it won't be shown that much. That will be third place. I do recommend that you have 20% or less. I'm just going to put in my password. Hopefully it works. For it to upload, this is really cool. It's a free tool, so I'll put the link in the description as well so that you can have a look at it. Just wait for it to upload. So over here, this is just warning you on what it could be, but it just says that it will be okay. Usually it lets you know exactly how much percentage, so I'm not sure why it's become so different. But I guess it says that my ad will run normally, so there's nothing to worry about. When you start seeing, you know, these little exclamation marks, then you know that you've got to change it up a little bit so that your ad can be put first. So that's new. It usually looks a little bit different than this. So I'm all good with that. I'm going to go back to my Power Editor. Still pending reviews. If you've left something out and you want to edit it, you can actually go on this little thing over here and you could edit this little arrow here, and you could edit it. I'm just going to view my insights, and you're done with your ad, and you've just got to really wait for it to be approved. Yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video and you got some awesome tips from it. But if there's anything that you want to find out, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer any questions or do some training on something that you want to know more of. Hopefully this wasn't too long, but it's kind of gone through all of the steps that you need to know on how to set an Instagram ad out. So if you like this, click the like button, comment. If there's more things that you want to know or find out, let me know, and I'd be happy to shoot some more videos on that. Other than that, have a beautiful day wherever you are, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, bye.